I grew up in a family where God and Christianity and religion really was all about getting it right, and there wasn't really much room for exploring what a relationship with God meant and how that could shape my life and be life-giving. And it was at Brookings where I met Linnea in 2007, and I still have that idea that if you're going to commit to something, that it has to be right and it has to be perfect. After we had been dating for a little while and we were kind of deciding that we wanted to spend the rest of our lives together and get married. I remember going to the bathroom because I was having a panic attack and literally just praying to God that if I wasn't supposed to marry Linnea, that he would do something about that. And that was kind of the first time when I realized that I had to let go of that mindset and pursue what it meant to actually engage in a relationship with a dynamic God.
My story also begins in South Dakota. It was a rural community, grew up in a Lutheran church. And just the overall community, both church, rural, it was a place where questioning wasn't really encouraged. And so there was a right way and a wrong way to do things. And, make sure you ask Jesus into your heart and that he's part of your life. And so I just remember growing up, not ever feeling confident in it, and always wanting to do the right thing and feeling guilty and, making sure I had asked Jesus into my heart, several times each week. Roy and I, we got married. And then when we got married, we moved to Kansas, and that was a really shock to us both. I think it was a whole new environment. We didn't know anybody. We were starting new programs, new jobs. We were freshly married, and we didn't have really those healthy relationships. And, looking back at those years, it was really difficult. And I think part of that was because we didn't have that community, that church community, or people, striving to follow Jesus and challenge us to do the same.
I moved up to Helena and bounced around from church to church a little bit and then ended up at Narrate. And Narrate was the first place that I really felt like you could have your doubts and come to the table with all your baggage, and that was okay. And that just really stuck with us. Building that community and being a part of people who also have that mindset and wanting to grow but being okay with where we're at now is really important to us. And that's why I want to dedicate Oliver at Narrate, because we feel like that community is vital to help us, allow him to grow into the person that he's going to be.
Here is a place that encouraged questioning. You didn't have to have the answers. In fact, you weren't supposed to always have these answers. You could have doubts, and it was okay. We wanted him to grow up in that type of environment, that type of place that said, hey, Jesus encourages us to ask these questions. And, parenting is hard. And so just having a group of people, a genuine, group of people to help us raise Oliver and help us, give him a safe environment to ask questions about God and be okay knowing that he can take steps forward, he can take steps back, and God will remain with him. So that's why I want to dedicate Oliver here at Narrate.